interesting week. I'm going to tell you that my time isn't starting yet. I'm going to tell you about some things that went on here this week. Then I'm going to tell you some things that went on with us this week. But here this week, Tuesday, we had our first Tuesday night group in quite some time. This is why my time doesn't count. It's just kind of sharing this stuff. We had 8 people show up, and we forgot to announce it last week. But 8 people showed up and had a wonderful time. It was led by Angie and Jeff, and they're going to do that on the first Tuesday of every month. 7 p.m., they use the coffee room. So please, come and avail yourself to great discussions on spiritual topics. If you're too young for that group, our young adults group started yesterday.
Yay.
We had 6 young adults meeting yesterday to talk about spiritual principles, ages 16 to 34.
All right.
Colin put that together, set it all up, gathered people, and found friends that were spiritually minded and wanted to share and discuss, and it was just magnificent. Okay, now I got 5 minutes to fit this all in. Easter is all about resurrection. And I don't know if a lot of people really understand what resurrection is. So I did a little research, and I came out with the root word of resurrection in the Aramaic, which our dear friend Ellen Bush has come here a number of times and done seminars on the Aramaic translations of the Bible and the different meanings of Aramaic. And I'm well versed in this because where I was trained, that's all we used. So the Aramaic root word of resurrection is come, K-A-M, and it means to rise up from death, to stand up, or to be successful. The same way all of our English words have multiple meanings, words in other languages have multiple meanings as well. So it has all these different meanings. So in the Bible, when it says he is risen, Jesus is risen, it could mean he has been successful. He has come through, or he has awakened. These are the common ways this term is used in the Aramaic language still today. And in ancient times, this is what was actually written, is that he has succeeded, he has come through, or he is awakened. And in our metaphysical terms, resurrection means a change of consciousness, an uplifting of our consciousness, a change of mind. And we each have an opportunity on a daily basis to raise our consciousness and to change our minds. And we had to do that a couple of times this week. Anybody remember our cute little blue truck? And I say remember. About the color of my clothes? I didn't plan this. I realized after I got here. I guess I'm wearing my blue in memory of the cute little blue truck. Nothing happened to the cute little blue truck. We made a conscious decision this week that we are starting to use the truck for travel in our business, and we pile a whole bunch of Moyo drums and all of our stuff into this little blue truck and take off and go for up to a week. We went to Denver last month in this little blue truck. We realized it is not big enough, and that if we're going to continue doing what we're doing, we needed a larger vehicle. And on Wednesday, with a little trepidation, which is probably part of the problem, and a little bit of concern over taking on an even bigger payment, we bought a beautiful, I didn't plan this, white Tundra truck. And we brought our beautiful new truck home on Wednesday night. Didn't finish the paperwork till about 9 o'clock down in Clovis. Stopped and had dinner, got home at about 11. And Thursday morning, Rick got up and took Ricky down to the bus stop. Ricky hadn't even seen the truck. We got home so late. I don't think Ricky remembers the truck, because on the way home from dropping Ricky at the bus, an unconscious young lady slammed into the side of the truck. So we've had many moments to change our consciousness, to rise above the situation. So the current situation is, we don't have any truck at all. Our truck is sitting in a little lot down here waiting for the insurance to figure out what's going on, whether they're going to fix it, whether they're going to total it, what's going to happen. We have shows coming up. We have no vehicle. Now we have rental. But you know, if they fix it, it could take a couple of months. So we can't just rent a car and use it all the time. because you only get 30 days. So we got to piece it out when we need it for shows. So let's think about the change in consciousness. Okay, Rick freaked out, wouldn't you? Yelled at this lovely young girl, wouldn't you? Her window was iced over, and she couldn't see. And she pulled out in front of him.
She pulled out into me.
Pulled out into him, not in front of him.
him.
Now think about this. The miracles, 1 or 2 seconds earlier, excuse me. If she would have pulled out 1 or 2 seconds earlier, she wouldn't have hit Rick on the passenger side. He would have hit her and her small child in the car on the driver's side. This could have been a lot worse. Spirit was watching over. And when we stop and reflect and look back at the things that go on, we recognize there's always a blessing. We didn't like white for the color of our truck. Was that part of it? We loved our little blue truck. Maybe we're going to end up with a truck in a different color. I don't know. We get to live in the unknown for a few days, weeks, whatever. I don't know. It'll all work out. It's just metal. Everybody was safe. And somehow, in the midst of it, to rise above a negative situation and remember that somehow divine right action is taking place allows us to keep a smile on our face and drive around in our little red Jeep.